That's bad.
Well, the old shop truck here's been on daily duty for a while now. It's been doing really good. I really enjoy driving this truck, probably my favorite vehicle I have right now. Maybe aside from the 55. But hopped in it yesterday to go somewhere. Click. Nothing. So she tried to leave me stranded. So, kind of an impromptu working on the daily video. See what we can get figured out with this thing. Oh, now it's gonna work just fine, I bet. Nope, okay. Yeah, so I think it's something with the starter. So we're gonna pull that off and go check it out. We'll see if we can just arc across it first. So now normally I would think that this is probably like a loose connection or a bad cable or something like that. But Jack was doing this the other day and it turned out to be a bad starter. Like something came apart in the solenoid and it was doing this exact same thing. We'd go to crank it over, it would just start to roll over and then it would lose all power. So it might be the same thing that's going on here. Oh yeah, the Tower of Power. Ford straight 6, 300 cubic inches. God, this thing's so smooth. So when I got the truck, for those of you who haven't seen, I bought this truck down in Tennessee back in, I think January or February. I think it was January though. And bought it for $1,000, rust free for now. It's actually in pretty good shape. It's actually in really good shape. But yeah, bought it for $1,000 and I was going to either put a turbo on this and cruise it around, just have something a little different, or I was going to LS swap it, you know, typical LS trash. But the thing just runs so good that I haven't had the heart to tear it apart. I just don't want to mess with it. It runs so darn good. So yeah, I checked the battery yesterday. That's totally fine. Voltage is good, doesn't drop under load. So I don't know if it's starter or this guy here, because Ford's, oh, you feel kind of loose. I don't know. Huh. You're supposed to be loose. Never mind. Fords are kind of witchcraft with some of their wiring. So is Mopar. GM's made for the guy who has rocks for brains. So I'm gonna go through, test a couple things, see if we can figure anything out. I did find my implement of bashing and pop the starter a few times. I couldn't really get it really hard, and I was trying to I was in a hurry to go somewhere, so I didn't feel like laying under the truck just beating the piss out of the thing. But I've got all the time in the world now, so let's start investigating. I'll get a hammer, a screwdriver, and a voltage or a light tester, and we'll see what we can figure out. These wheels I was going to put on the 55, but the offset's wrong, so don't really have anything to do with them right now. Oh, and then this thing, I was going to go out and mow the lawn, fired it up, started just billowing smoke out from under it, and after way too long of investigating, found out that this pulley seized and the belt was rubbing through it. So now my grass is a jungle. But new pulley should be here today. What did I come in here for? I came in here for a lot of things. I came in here for a light tester and a screwdriver and a hammer. Where did I put the hammer? I just cleaned this place a couple weeks ago. There we go. It is impossible to keep this shop clean. Stay out of the oil. You don't need to get in that oil. Screwdriver. Light tester that is not going to fall apart. Let's see. I'm going to put you here. .2. 12.2. Alright, I need to turn the key and see if this thing lights up. How do I do this? I'm gonna need your guys' help, I think. Alright, so I will lay this like that. Come on. Alright, can you guys see that? Cool. Let me know if it lights up. Alright, did it light up? Just for a second? Okay, I don't know if that means this is good or not though. Let me try something. Let me do some hillbilly mechanicking right now. We'll turn the key to on. We'll do some kind of stupid stuff here. Let's just do one of these. That's not doing nothing. I feel like that should do something. Right? Because... Oh. Wait a second. What's going on? Did my ground go bad? What the frick? Let's put you right there. What is happening? Alright, let's turn the key back to off. Oh, weird. And now the voltage is going up. Huh. So with the key on, there's nothing. I turn the key off, and we're good. What the frick? Alright, let me do... Just... Huh. I'm still not... I feel like this is going to be one of those things that once I wake up completely, it's going to be really obvious, but it's like 8:30 right now, and I'm very tired. What is going on? Alright, so I'm going to take the battery off so that we can take the starter off safely. And then we'll bench test it. So I know the battery's good. I suspect the solenoid is not great. Jesus. See if I can do this without breaking the battery. There we go. Alright. Now I can crawl under. I think there's only 2 wires going to that. I think there's the main battery cable and then the solenoid wire, but I could be wrong. And then I think I have to unbolt it from underneath and then sit it somewhere and then pull it out from up top. I don't think there might be room to get it out from under there. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know if you guys can see anything I'm doing. This is another prime example of, hey, we have a hoist, let's do it on the ground. These training lines keep bumping the arm of the wrench, or the ratchet. Alright. I think there's a rear main leaking on this thing. That's not great. Yeah. Alright, we'll set that bolt over there where I definitely won't lose it. Where did I put the ratchet? There it is. Yeah, this would actually be almost easier up top. How do I get my hand up here? There we go. Ah, that was my elbow. Son of a frick. Oh, come on. Come on. You turd. You turd, man. Where'd the extension go? There we are. There we go. Now we're in business. Yeah. Now we're not gonna have any more problems, aside from self-inflicted ones like putting this ratchet in upside down. What am I doing? Frick. It almost would have been worth it to pull the inner fender liner out, right? And get to it from there. I'm sure someone's like, oh, you should just pull the inner fender out. They can get to everything real easy. Well, shut up. How about that? Yeah, you didn't think of that. You know, aside from the possible rear main leak, this truck's in such good shape. I love this truck. Now I gotta figure out how to get to this bolt. There we go. Set you over here out of the way. Alright, can you come this way? Or must you go up top? Oh, it was dirt in my face. Oh, it was dirt in my eyes. These glasses don't do anything to protect me. We got it though. Sweet. Sweet baby. We got it. Alright. Now, once again, to find the tools that are laying next to me. Go up and over this trailing arm. This is the kind of content you guys subscribed for, right? General maintenance. This is not what I was hoping to be doing. I was hoping to be like working on Jack or something. Jack or the Fiero or the RX-7, but nope. Old shop truck had different ideas. They said, hey, you haven't been treating me nice lately. That's not a 5/16? Come on! You kidding me? Okay. Let's get all this stuff out of the way before I lose it. Hey, where did... I left the ratchet on top of the truck! Damn it! Stupid idiot. Were you... Golly. Alright. And just like that, in those 15 easy steps, you too can pull your starter off. Alright, let's take this to the bench and test it. I am going to be super annoyed when I find out that this starter is fine. Because I think the starter is fine. I think it's the solenoid. Now, we will take jumper cables. That'll be our ground. This will be our positive. Hook it up to the battery. Ground. Positive. Let me move that to the end here. Yeah, starter works fine. Awesome, pulled that off for nothing. So, now I get to put that back on. Really isn't a big deal, kind of being dramatic, but it's the point of pulling something off that I didn't even have to touch. When it most likely is just that stupid solenoid on the fender. Yeah, when I arced across the solenoid on the fender, that's what it should have done, is kick the starter out like that. Unless I was arcing across the wrong terminal. I don't think I was, but it could have been. Who knows? So, let's disconnect here first. And then I can feel judgment for how dirty my bench is. We can run down, get a new what is going on here? Huh. I might check on the price of a starter. I don't know. I'll probably leave this one on. It's a little weird, but if it's working, it's working, you know. So I'm going to run down, pick up a new solenoid for it, and then throw it all back together. Oh, and one thing I'm going to add real quick before I go and get a new one. Anybody who's replaced one of these solenoids before has learned the hard way, unless they're way more attentive to detail and they take pictures and stuff. Leave this one on until you get the new one. Swap over the terminals one by one so you don't get them mixed up. It's so much easier that way. This one only has, I think, 3 terminals, so it's not super complicated. And with this thing, it's kind of easy to keep track of where they go. But I've seen some with the 4 terminals that it's like 2 posts on each side and then 2 little deals there. Those have like 1,400 wires going to it. It can get complicated. Just wait. So now I'm going to go to the probably AutoZone and get a new solenoid. Alright, dinner chicken winner. We got our new starter solenoid here, and you know it's going to be a good one because it says gold on it. So there's our nuts and bolts. The only thing that I noticed that's different about this is this one's a 4 terminal and that one's a 3 terminal. It shouldn't matter. This one, it's still battery in, wire out, switched. This one, if this connector used shown in your application installed with 2 spacers, oh nice, they planned for it. Perfect. Yep, look, spacer. Alright, cool. Look at Ford. You know, that's why I'm a Ford guy. I've always said it. I've always been a Ford guy. I don't know what you guys have thought with this LS crap. I've always been a Ford guy. Could I have gotten any shorter of a socket? I've been Ford since day one. I don't know what you guys have been on about. Yeah, I'm always feeling blue. that off. Take these. This will go on there. Pull this guy off. I completely forgot about the spacers. God darn it. Alright, spacers acquired. Let's space you under there, I guess. Put you there. Let's It's kind of weird that this thing just straight up died. Because I don't know, I was driving it a bunch. And just randomly, it's like, nah, I think I had enough. Can't feel my legs. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got none legs. Oh, you're a half inch. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Let's tighten that. Give this one little smoochies. Boom. We should be ready to rock and roll now. Just have to throw the starter back on. So I'm gonna wait here while you guys throw the starter back on, and then we'll test it. No? You guys are so freaking lazy, dude. I gotta do everything around here. Alright. Can't see it. Starter's on. Take my word for it. This thing's never gonna focus. So, let's hook. Ow! That was the sharpest battery cable I've ever felt. Golly. Let's connect that thing. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Let's see. You might work. You're not work. And I think I took care of the wrenches. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Alright. With any luck, we can drop this down. Maybe. With any luck, we have truck again. We do not have truck. Son of a... Alright, so we have a little bit of a mystery on our hands. Just turn the key. Still nothing. I checked the battery. It's only at 12 volts now for whatever reason. When we checked it earlier, it was at 12.2. And I had my actual load tester on here, put it under load, and it stayed fine. So I don't know. I put the jump pack on it. We'll see if this fixes anything or does anything, I guess. Okay, so you guys see we have some voltage and everything. I'm gonna hit the key and I bet everything's gonna go away. Never mind, it's gonna start right up. What the fuck? Huh. Okay, now we're gonna start doing a little bit of science, because that doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, we checked the battery earlier and it was fine. I mean, you guys saw the 12.2, I think, right? So we're gonna put one of these handy dandy battery testers on here, or if you trust the writing that I have on the wall where I hang this thing up, the buttery tester. And we're gonna try to learn something. It's not really charging a whole lot. It's at like 12.8 or so. Huh. Alright. Now, well, in here it's saying it's charging like a motherfucker. Alright, let's turn it off. Nothing again. Okay, that's what I was expecting. Let's go check the battery tester. Let's see what this thing says. Alright, this thing's saying that. Come down there, we check it. Sorry about that wind, but we hold it. It only drops to 11. That should be plenty to crank this thing over, or at least do something. So, I'm going to, let's see, positive is on the left. I think I'm going to toss a different battery in this and see if that was our issue all along. And I wasted money on, no, let me take care of this thing, because I've got this battery here that the terminals are on the correct side. So I'm going to toss that thing in here. That's taking care of it. So I'm going to toss this battery in here, and we'll see how good it is. And this battery I did actually have on the charger for a while, so it should be good. Alright, got the new battery in, old one sitting there, and I was thinking to myself, this wind sucks. And I was thinking to myself that there's no worse feeling than wasting money. But then I was like, well, no, there is a worse feeling. Your daily driver shop truck leaving you stranded. A little bit of a worse feeling. Alright, let's put the jump box on it again. Because if it was like just a bad ground, doing this shouldn't change anything. Oh. Yeah, why though? So that works, but why? I don't get it. I don't know. I'm gonna let it charge for a while, and we'll come back out and take it off the jump box and see if it starts. That's the only thing I can really think to do from here. I could remake the positive cable, redo some of the grounds, but I would think that putting this right on the terminals here wouldn't affect any of the ground wires. I mean, that's just my way of thinking. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know if you guys can see anything in these shadows. I would think that putting these right on the battery terminals wouldn't change how it affects going through the grounds, unless it's just being able to force more through there. I don't know. But when I was checking the power, I had it hooked to the ground here. Again, that wouldn't really, if there's something wrong with the wire itself, it's weird. I'm going to let it sit and charge, and then we'll come back out a little bit later and check on things. Alright, it's about 40 minutes later. Wash my hands. I didn't need to specify that. I'm sorry. Anyway, the truck's been charging, and I was thinking, it has to be one of the battery cables, right? And that's why when I had the battery tester on here, and it was connected to these terminals, or like these connections, that's why the battery tester saw it charging at like, well, not really charging, and that's why the alternator gauge in the truck saw that it was going crazy, because that didn't see that there was a battery here. So it's got to be that. And then with the booster on it, it's just forcing the extra voltage through the crappy connection. That's my leading theory, and I feel like most of you guys probably already came to that conclusion, or you skipped ahead and saw me say this and then went back in the comments and you're like, hey, it's your battery connections. Which I would never suspect any of you guys of doing, of course. You guys are all upstanding gentlemen, some of you, except for you. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, now I'm going to, trial and error, I'm going to disconnect this. I would bet money that it's this guy, but who knows. So, disconnected that, and now I'm going to try to start it again. It's going to do nothing, and then I'm going to pull this apart. And fix it. So, let's start with seeing that nothing's changed in here with a fully charged battery. I just can't win today. I think I've been wrong about every single thing I've done so far today. I'm pretty sure every single thing I've said today I've been wrong about. Let me try it one more time. I think I should still clean those cables and redo them, just so I don't get stuck anywhere, but it's working. And you can see that it's not all the way up by the L, charging at like 15, 16 volts. So I always try to look for the lesson in things, so that every time something happens, I can take something away from it and I can learn a little bit. And I think that this video is a prime example of overthinking things. Sometimes I'm just an idiot. Just charge the battery. This is stupid. I'm so upset. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Don't do what I do. See you next time.